All right, boys and girls, this is part 2 of our Day 5 social studies. We just finished reading Native Americans spreading through the continents, and we were highlighting throughout the text word or word bites that kind of were repetitive. And so taking those, we're going to go ahead and come up with a main idea statement. But before that, we're going to take a look at a couple of the key details together. And so hopefully to save on time from typing in all that much, hopefully I can show you a way that we can kind of just copy and paste a little bit. So if you still have your drawing tool open here, you might have this highlighted. You're going to unhighlight that, and then we can kind of go back through. So I know that I have my early Native Americans, and they were moving. So people began to move from one land to another. So all I did is I took my mouse and I left clicked and I scrolled across. Now from here, I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy that. And when I do that, I'm going to come back over into my text for my key ideas, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste. So it was kind of just like we did with our searching for our nomadic people earlier. And then I'm going to go back into my text and I'm going to say, okay, I know that they moved, and hunters followed them meaning the animals. So again, I'm going to go ahead and take my mouse. I'm going to highlight this area, right click. Oops, that didn't work. I'm going to try it again. Right click, and I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go into my assignment to key details, and I don't want it right there, so I'm going to just kind of enter down a little bit and then right click and paste. And I noticed that that only got my highlighting. So let me go back into the text, and I'm going to kind of just get a little bit more than that. I'm going to right click, copy, and I'm going to try this again. I'm going to paste it in here. And here I can just go ahead now and just delete the stuff that I didn't want. And instead of saying hunters followed them, hunters followed the animals is going to be what I put here. I'm going to just change this to a capital H and this to a capital P. So now I've talked about people moving, hunters following the animals, but I know that I have more going on because they didn't continue to hunt those animals. So my other key details are going to be what happens next. And so as we talked about, we had people moving, those nomadic people were moving, and they were following the animals, but what wound up happening next? So you're going to put those in the key details here. Once you get done, I'm going to go back to my main idea statement, and I'm going to think about who were the people that were moving. Oh, that's right. They were Native Americans. So I'm going to type in Native Americans, and remember, Native Americans is a proper noun, which means both the N and the A need to be capitalized. So we talked about them moving. So Native Americans moved from one land. I'm going to actually put from land to land until, and that's going to be where I stop because I want you to fill in the rest. So we went ahead and found 2 of the details about the Native Americans moving, why they were moving, and then what happens next is going to be where you put in these key details here, because we know in the text that we've read multiple times they didn't continue to move. And then I'm going to come up to my Native American, or my main idea statement that says Native Americans moved from land to land until, and then you're going to finish that out. What happened? Okay. Boys and girls, for today, and since this is week 1, I don't want you to worry about this bottom part right now. Okay. So let me repeat that again. We went ahead and did the 2 key details together. You're going to complete these other 3. Again, you can either type it in or do like I did, copy and paste it, and then you're going to write your main idea statement. So I've given you a little part. I want you finishing it up. When you've completed that part of it, that is going to be good enough for Friday. So I'm going to make sure that you autosave or save it and then share it to your teacher. If you have any questions, please contact your teacher. Otherwise, have a great weekend.